Welcome, beautiful woman of Gaia, to this Awakening Aphrodite transmission. At this time, we have the supermoon in Pisces and also Venus in retrograde, really influencing everything that is coming up from the surface. It's also important to know that at whatever time you listen to this transmission, that time is perfect for you, whether it's at the supermoon or after the supermoon. Let's just start the session with becoming fully present in this beautiful little piece of Gaia, this vehicle that you move through in this world, your body, your beautiful body. So just bring all of your awareness into your body for this moment. And just let the day and the week stuff just drop away from you like a silk cloth. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Just take a nice, slow, deep belly breath in, the sacred breath of life, filling up every cell in your body with rich oxygen, filling up your lungs, filling up all those organs, the bones, every space in between. And as you exhale, exhale out your mouth. You can even sigh out. As you just let the week and the day stuff go. Moons, but especially supermoons, really bring up so much stuff from the surface for us to deal with, to look at. Let everything that has come up for you today and this last week just flow through your body with your breath. Just feel that gentle in and out flow of the breath. Feeling it gently on the nose, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, feeling how your body posture changes as you breathe, as you allow your body to relax completely. Just give your mind permission to become still. There's nowhere you have to be, nothing you have to do. You've taken this time for yourself. Be here fully. Open, receive fully. And let's just start by drawing a beautiful golden circle of light all around us, just containing the space. Let's define it as sacred space. And in the circle of light, we call in the divine Shekinah energy, the divine mother. We ask for the frequency and the wisdom of the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the divine child to enter our space. We call and ask for the beautiful Aphrodite, Anasa, Pandanasa, the great goddess, to join us. And in this beautiful sacred circle, you set an intention for this awakening. What called you here to this moment? What are you willing to let go of? And what are you ready to open to? You are made of stardust, and your presence on this planet matters. everything you do and say affects your whole world around you. And with the power of your intention, set your intention for this awakening. And when you are ready, open your eyes for now. Aphrodite is an inspiring woman all over the planet. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I certainly have. She's calling women far and wide to come home to their inner truth. Venus at this time is in retrograde, and Venus being the Latin name for Aphrodite, is the planet of beauty, of love, of finances, and romance. And she'll be in this retrograde until the 7th of September, which means she'll be stirring up everything from the unconscious and from the shadow to come to light so we can release it, alchemize it, let it go. This goddess influences our social nature, our finances, our attraction to the external environment, and how we cultivate happiness in our world. She's stirring up deeper truths within us, which is leading us to ask those real questions about our relationships and our work in this world. This inner questioning catalyzes exploring new possibilities and illuminating those creative solutions. This time is important, and it's a time that's open for us to intimately connect with our heart, to clearly listen to what inspires us, what ignites our passion, what gives us pleasure, what is our core desires, and then clearing the blocks which hinder that purpose for us. The pathways to conscious love start within, and Aphrodite is inviting us to explore these pathways, emerging awakened. Since I've been inspired to create this Aphrodite's Temple retreat coming up in November, and this Awakening Aphrodite transmission, I've just seen her pop up everywhere. In astrology writings, in blogs, in art, in Facebook news feeds. Okay, that could be Big Brother just trying to sell me something since they're tracking my Google search. I've seen Aphrodite pop up in conversations, in dreams, and even Marianne Williamson has just released her Aphrodite training program. So whether this is the law of attraction or the collective unconscious or just that focused awareness effect, but all things Aphrodite-like is on my radar at this time. And I know that she's calling loud and clear. And so I'm choosing to fully pay attention to her. Her message is reverberating across the plains and in my bones. And I'm listening with all of my senses open. The most commonly known or association that we have with Aphrodite is on the surface level of beauty, of eros, and love. And these three aspects have affected us to the core. The pathways to conscious love, which start within. These are the essences of nurturing the self. And this is a fine art which most women neglect in the face of serving our families, communities, and circles. This habit is a double-edged sword, because the inherent nature of women is to serve the community. It's in our psyche, it's in our hearts, it's in our way of being. This nature has been distorted, and we either disconnect from the community and the sisterhood, the family, in order to search for independence and power, or we feel incredibly guilty when we're not being our dutiful selves towards others. And this pathway is the shadow. And the truth of that shadow aspect, of this distorted aspect of our inherent nature, is a deep longing for belonging. And the more we suppress this feeling, the more the shadow displays itself through competition, comparison, and leads to the ever-stressful should-be life. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, the should life. I should be more successful. I should be thinner. I should be a better mother. I should be a superwoman to all. I should run a Fortune 500 company, be the best mother in the world, be the sexiest woman on earth, be the most supportive wife, be the most treasured daughter, and the most popular friend. The truth of Aphrodite is that she is and was appreciated as the great goddess, and the depths of her wisdom is unbound. Her adoration traveled from the island of Cyprus to Greece to Europe to North Africa during the Hellenic and Roman periods. In ancient times, her temples and her practices changed name and form throughout the various influences of different times. The land that bore and adored her as Anasa, the beloved queen, reigning female principal, lasted for thousands and thousands of years. She is the goddess of the first star, like Inanna and Ishtar. The ancient Greeks identified her with the ancient Egyptian goddess Hathor, and Hathor is all about opening to receiving. Aphrodite was adored as a goddess of fertility and the cycle of rebirth and death. Her symbols are the rose, the white dove, the myrtle tree, horses, and swans. Now, there are various different versions of her mythological birth, and so there's a mystery that surrounds her true essence. But in the 4th century, the Attic philosophers drew a distinction between a celestial Aphrodite, Aphrodite Urania, the transcendent principles, and then the other Aphrodite, which was known as the Aphrodite, goddess of the people, Aphrodite Pandamos. As an archetype, this distinction fascinates me. It's the two aspects of Aphrodite, which can represent the two aspects of our polarity, the light and the shadow. This marriage of both aspects of the self, the integration of our divine nature with our human self, is the most important initiation we can make to knowing ourselves. And once we move through this initiation, it can manifest in living your true, authentic, liberated, free life. It also represents the hieros gamos, the sacred marriage of the masculine and feminine, of heaven and earth, the archetypal marriage between our anima and animus, which is the practice of sacred feminine alchemy. So in the light of this pathway, we cultivate a compassionate, nurturing, creative, expressive, sensual relation to self in the wise knowing of our effect on the whole. If we are unbalanced in the circle, in our family, in our community, then those aspects of our circles and family and communities are also unbalanced. If we're exhausted, misaligned, disconnected, we cannot serve our intimate circles, our outer circles, and the earth herself. Working with these archetypes assists us to understand, as Carl Gustav Jung put it, the architecture of the psyche. And working consciously with this archetype of Aphrodite can assist us to step fully into our truth and clarify our purpose. It can help us to start creating from a space of beauty and to start experiencing the powerful gifts of conscious love. And so now, I want you to get comfortable. Shift your body in a comfortable position. And again, just bringing your awareness back into the body, letting these words just settle. Whatever it's activated, whatever memories have come up, just let it settle in the body with full awareness and acknowledgement of what has come up. So we're going to bring our attention and our focus back to the breath. That beautiful sacred breath. And I want you to take that breath, breathe it in to your toes, into the bottom of your feet, into your ankles. And exhale again out of the feet. Breathing in to the calves and the knees. And breathing out anything that you're storing there that no longer serves you. Breathing in relaxation and light into the knees. Breathing out any anger, any fears, anything that no longer serves you that you're storing in the knees. Breathing in the sacred breath into the thighs. Relaxing the thighs, opening them. And breathing out any ancestral wounds, letting it go. Breathing in to the hips, into the perineum, bringing the sacred breath into that base chakra. Breathing out any fears about security, money, belonging. Let it go. Breathing into the womb, into that sacred space. Breathing out any trauma, any tension you may be storing in the womb. Placing one hand over the womb, whichever hand feels comfortable to you. Breathing into the solar plexus, just activating that little internal sun. Breathing out any fears, any emotions you're storing there, let it go. Breathing into all the internal organs, awakening them. Breathing life, oxygen into the liver, the gallbladder, the intestinal system, the stomach, the spleen. Breathing out any tension, any sleepiness that was in those organs, letting it go. Breathing into the heart, opening that beautiful sacred heart of yours. You can place your other hand on your heart fire. Breathing out anything that's making your heart heavy. Let it go. Breathing into the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your neck. Breathing out any tension or stress you're carrying on your shoulders. Let that breath flow down your arms, into your elbows, into your wrists, into your hands. letting go of anything that you're handling at this moment that feels too heavy. Let it go, drop it. Knowing that you are capable. Breathe in to your jaw, breathing into your cheeks, breathing into your eyelids, breathing into the third eye, breathing out any tension you're holding in the jaw around what you've seen, around what you've spoken. Let it go. Breathe gently into the third eye, into the 4 quadrants of the brain. Breathing out any mental stress. Then just bring your awareness to your crown center, connecting to your divine connection, to your divine nature, to that Sophia self, that part of you that is whole, healed, and complete. And again, bring your intention back into your heart space. And now just bring your awareness to your heart and your womb, opening, listening. Just take your inner eye into the womb. What do you see? What do you feel? Just observing without analyzing or judging yourself. Just open. You don't need to understand it right now. And if you see or feel nothing, just stay open. And just build a beautiful connection from your heart to your sacred chalice, this womb. Just flow love from your sacred heart into this mystical, magical, life-giving part of you. It's the space and the beginning of all of your creations. Whether you're birthing a baby or a book, this is that sacred space. Just honor and bless this space, this organ, and all of the mystery and the miracle of her. And now with clear intention, just give all of your senses in your body permission to open now, to awaken. And then through the heart, as you take your awareness to your heart center, you imagine, sense, or visualize a light bridge. And you travel through this light bridge, traveling towards the sacred island of Aphrodite. And in the distance, you see turquoise waters, the shoreline. As you're moving closer, you see the froth from the ocean as the water is spraying against the magnificent rocks. And you notice the shape of the entrance of the caves. And you land on her shoreline. And you take in that beautiful blue turquoise color. You feel the warmth of the golden rays of the sun on your skin. Feel the texture of the beach below your feet and the silky soft water flowing over your feet and your legs. And as you breathe in, you smell the ocean's salty air, feeling it cleansing, renewing. Feel with all your senses the air gently flowing through your hair. And as your gaze falls upon the ocean again, you see a magnificent being, Aphrodite, emerging from the waters. She's moving gracefully upon the shore towards you, and you take in everything about her, her resonance, the way she moves. Her connection to the earth. The peace and wisdom which flows from her. You take in the radiance of conscious love which flows from her sacred heart. And as she moves along the shoreline, with each step, nature begins to blossom underneath her feet. Flowers unfurl, and you can smell the fragrance of roses. Lush emerald green bushes spring up as she's walking, connecting with the earth. And now she stands before you, and she welcomes you to her sacred island in honor and in gratitude for coming. And together you start journeying to find the aspect of you which embodies Aphrodite, your inner Aphrodite. There's a pathway in front of you. And as you start following this pathway, a beautiful iridescent white dove starts flying in front of you, leading you along this pathway. Trust whatever comes to you. And as you're walking along this path, you're contemplating the answers to these questions. Where is your Aphrodite archetype? How does she impact your life? How does she express beauty in her world? and the path opens in front of you, and you notice a beautiful, magnificent myrtle tree in front of you. And just beyond this tree, you see a temple in front of you. It's your Aphrodite's temple. What does it feel like? Is the temple overgrown with plants, dusty, cobwebs? Does it feel like a cave? Does the space need revival? Just notice with all of your senses the details of your Aphrodite's temple, your inner temple. Are the doors open or closed? Notice any inscriptions or symbols on the doors and in the doorway. Is your temple glowing the radiance of the embodiment of the great goddess within? Just acknowledge whatever feelings and thoughts come up and let them pass through you. And the white dove flies through the temple doors and you follow. And as you enter your inner temple, you find your Aphrodite. Is she asleep? If she is, do you need to awaken her? Is she ready to emerge from this temple? Ready to step into her full embodiment? Is she already moving gracefully in your sacred temple, leading your intuitive path? In a way which feels right to you, you acknowledge this part of you. You can offer a sacred bow, a hug, but you greet and honor your Aphrodite. And you both go and sit down in a beautiful space that has been prepared for you. And you have a heart-to-heart. Remembering that Anasa, Pandanasa, Aphrodite, the great goddess, is with you. She can assist you with anything that you need right now. And you ask your Aphrodite what she needs. What needs to be awakened, acknowledged, seen, held. And your Aphrodite hands you a piece of paper, and she asks you to write down your definition of beauty. It can be words, it can be abstract, like colors, a feeling. What is your definition of beauty? How do you define it? What does it look like to you? And then we call deep on our courage to face the truth, knowing that in the illumination and the light of truth, we move and emerge and awaken into freedoms which we don't think are possible right now. Ask yourself how you compare to this definition of beauty. And do we judge ourselves for not holding up or standing up to this definition of beauty? And if this is a limiting belief of beauty or something that doesn't serve you, there's a beautiful fire, and you let that definition go that you've written down. Burn it in the alchemical fire. And as you're burning this old definition, or whatever no longer serves you, any stuff you have around beauty, you start feeling spaces opening up and awakening within you. Awakening to the truth of what beauty really is beholden to. And Aphrodite, Anasa, the great goddess, shares with you insights, wisdom about what true beauty is about. And you open, listen, and receive this transmission. And you start integrating this wisdom, this awakened Aphrodite embodiment. And as you're integrating all of this into your psyche, into your spirit, into your body, Aphrodite helps you to clear anything around the womb, around fertility, around manifesting what you would want to manifest. Anything aligned with your heart's desire. anything that's hindering your purpose. And again, you let this go into the alchemical fire. You see what needs to be seen. You awaken the truth of what needs to be awakened. And as you continue to integrate this awakened Aphrodite, you feel the truth liberate you from all the illusions. You feel all of your senses opening up, awakening, blossoming. You feel the creative fertility awaken in the womb, aligning with your heart's desires, so you can manifest, birth, be your true self. As this integration comes to full completion, you look at your own inner Aphrodite anew. And you thank her for her courage, for all the gifts. And we thank Anasa, Aphrodite, for helping us to align with a pathway of conscious love, for helping us to reconnect with our divine nature in nature, for helping us to step into our purpose, for helping us to awaken again to that clarion call, leadership, to play our part in that clarion call leadership. And you are gifted a beautiful rose. And you smell the magnificent fragrance of this rose, noticing its colors, the shape, form, soft texture of the flower. And you emerge from the temple doors, awakened, renewed, connected to that magnificent essence of your true self. You start making your way back towards the shoreline. And you give Aphrodite a gift to thank her. And you start bringing back all of yourself back through the light bridge, back into your body. Arriving integrated, awakened. allowing your inner feminine wisdom and newfound beauty to rise to the surface. And you bring your awareness to the form of your body. You imagine, feel, or sense roots, like that magnificent myrtle tree roots grounding you. The roots pierce through the floor of where you're sitting, reaching, growing, anchoring itself into the rich, nourishing soil of Mother Earth. And each breath that you take in now, you start becoming aware of your feet, becoming aware of your legs, your knees, allowing each in-breath and out-breath to bring you fully present into the legs, into your hips. Become fully present in the womb, in your hips, in your pelvis. Become fully aware in your solar plexus, your torso. Becoming fully aware in the heart space, in your shoulders, your neck, your arms. Becoming fully present in your wrists, in your hands, every single finger. Becoming fully present in your mind. Feeling your head balancing on your neck. You take a deep grounding breath in, and when you are ready, you're going to gently start opening your eyes. Thank you, beautiful woman of Gaia, for journeying with me into the Awakening Aphrodite transmissions. Stay tuned, for there will be more Aphrodite oracles on the truth of Eros love, when we'll be sharing the legends of Regina, the story of Aphrodite and Adonis's love ship. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed supermoon week, day, moment. In luminous love, Eleftheria.